Good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this video. I was just thinking about what coverage would people like to understand a little bit more about. So I immediately started thinking about water damage. And that's typically coverage that people either assume they have or assume what the coverage means. And so I'm going to do two different videos. This one's going to be about water backup and water damage. Even hydrostatic water pressure damage. And then we'll do another video about flood insurance and just explain the differences in the two. So with water backup coverage, typically it's an endorsement that you would get on your homeowner policy. It's anywhere from $30 extra a year to $200. And that's just depending on the product, the carrier that it's with, and what amounts of limit they give coverage up to. So some coverages actually, or some carriers actually will go up to the dwelling limit coverage for water damage. So if you have a walkout basement completely finished, that would be a really good product for you, because they would, if your house, let's say, is a $500,000 home, your water backup coverage would automatically give up to $500,000 in coverage, just because it goes up to the dwelling limit. I'm not trying to be excessive on it, but just know that there are products out there that give that type of coverage. There's other limits of coverage that typically start off at $5,000, and then they, maybe they go up to $50,000 for a limit. And again, these are endorsements that are added to a homeowner policy. They're not automatically included. And water damage from sump pumps, sewers or drains that overflow is what we're really talking about here. So if you have a sump pump or a backup failure issue from the sump pump failing to extract the water, that's typically where you will find that policy giving you the coverage for that. Where it gets questionable is called hydrostatic pressure and seepage coverage. And there are a few carriers out there, when I mean few, there's not that many, that actually give coverage for hydrostatic pressure and seepage. We do have two carriers that offer that. So if that's important to you, then it may be something we want to talk about. Typically, it's the older homes that have that issue, but hydrostatic pressure coming to the basement, right into the middle of the foundation, and that would specifically be called hydrostatic pressure. So policies don't usually give coverage for that unless there's language on there that says we give coverage for hydrostatic pressure or seepage. So example, the sidewalls, water coming in from the sidewalls. Maybe the sump pump's not keeping up with it, but the sump pump didn't fail. So it gets a little questionable. So we can talk about that more. You can email us. You can send us over a copy of your policy to see if you're questioning if you have that coverage or not, or if you want it, or if you'd like a quote on it. Let us know, and we'd be happy to help you and explain that more. Hopefully that helps. Be looking for the next video that's going to talk about flood insurance, because that's another one that's commonly confused with being covered because they see a water backup endorsement on their homeowner policy. Thanks.